Now we continue with our group properties, and in this video we are going to talk about the second group property, which is norms. All groups have norms, acceptable standards of behavior shared by their members that express what they ought and ought not to do under certain circumstances. Now comes the important point. Norms influence members' behavior. This is important for us. If we are a manager, we really have to understand what kinds of norms our subordinates have developed. And now I would like to get to two studies, two experiments which has been carried about some time ago, but they are really nicely expressing the idea of norms within groups and how do they express or how do they influence the members' behavior. So in the first scenario, let's imagine we would like to test, or what has been tested was how do employees behave when they are treated as individuals. So in this case we are going to have some individuals, and in this case we are going to put them into the group. So here they are going to be a group. In both cases, let's say that they are manufacturers, so that they are creating, let's say, chairs. They are making chairs, and for every chair they produce, they are going to get $1. So that you can see there is a variable benefit, some variable reward. So for every chair you produce, you are going to get $1. And now these employees, average employee was creating, let's say 10 chairs per day. So 10 chairs. This one was also creating 10 chairs on average per day. 10 chairs. And finally this one was also creating 10 chairs per day. 10 chairs. Now when we move to the group, we also keep the same reward system. So for every chair you create, you are going to get $1. But now we tell these employees that they are going to be tested. A new way of working, a new way of organizational structure is being tested. So we put them as a group and we are going to reward them as a group. So the rewards are for a group. So a group rewards. Now, let's say that we already know that teams or groups of people are performing higher, so that we would expect that their outcome on average every day should be, let's say, 30 chairs at least, or even more. However, as a Houghton study shown, well, these are going to perform lower. Their output is going to be maybe 20 chairs per day. 20 chairs. Now, the managers and the researchers were really wondering what is going on. Why, when they are as individuals, they are producing 30 chairs per day, 30 chairs, while when they are in a group and they should be performing better, they are producing only 20 chairs. Well, the thing was hidden in the norms. So this group of workers, they have developed something that we call norms. And they were afraid that, well, we can of course perform better, and they knew that they can produce, for instance, 50 chairs per day. 50 chairs per day. But they were afraid if we produce 50 chairs per day, maybe we will no longer be given a $1 per chair. Maybe this is going to decrease to, let's say, $0.5 per day. Or the company will decide, well, we do not need 50 chairs per day, so that one employee will be laid off. And now you can see they have talked together and developed these norms, so they have decided themselves that they are gonna restrict their output. So now you can really see that the norms are influencing members' behavior, and it can be quite dangerous within the company sometimes. Now let's get to the second example, and I'm again going to bring on my drawings. Let's say we put there 1, 2, 3, let's say 4, and the fifth person. Okay, so we have one more, so let me just move him. We have 6 people. Now these 6 people are, let's say, sitting together on a bench, and they are within the same room. They are asked, here you have 2 cards. So we have some two cards. on one card, on this one on the left side, you have a line X, as you can see. On the other card, you have 3 lines drawn, line A, line B, and line C. Now, your task, guys, which you are sitting right over here, is to determine which of these 3, A, B, or C, is the same length as line X. And as you can see, the task was given in a very similar way. It is quite obvious that the line X is the same length as the line B. Now, what has happened is that these people were really giving the right answers. So that the first person said, okay, the line B is the correct answer. Then the second person said B, then B, and B, B, and B. So that was the normal logic. However, what has happened is that, let's say we take these guys, and we try the test again, of course with a different people who have not been doing this before. But as a first person, we will now put some hidden agent. So this is going to be our agent, and he's going to say that the correct answer is A. He's going to say that the correct answer is A. Now, because of the norms, these other people who are within the group would like to conform within the group. So something that we call conformity is going to evolve. Conformity. They would like to have the same opinions as the rest of the group. So the next one is going to say A, then maybe someone will say the correct answer B. Well, these guys are wondering again, so he will say A, and the last one will say B. This has really happened. This is a real study, and the results were simply amazing. In a first case scenario, the correct answers were approximately 99%. So 99% of people really answered correctly. However, in the second scenario, when the first person did a mistake by purpose, then only approximately 25% of people gave correct answers. So you can see norms are developing and are pursuing some conformity, and then the group members would like to conform within the group. So that was the group property 2, norms.